Guys? We are back for another episode of Tinker's Construct Bedrock Edition. Today we'll be going over the next step. And what I mean by this, last episode we went over how you can make your higher tier tools, how you can make a smeltery, and of course how you start getting into the higher tiers. And of course, what is above that is add-ons or modifications, which is pretty much how you enchant Tinker's construct tools. They cannot go in the normal enchantment table. You instead have to make these modifiers, and we'll go over how you do that today. So, getting into it, you get the modifier book by combining a book with a one diamond ingot, and it is how you get the modification book. This begins to talk about how you get them. So, in order to craft or even be able to use modifiers, you will need to be able to make a modifier template. A modifier template is how you make the modifiers. So, because you have to make them. Unlike the normal enchantment system, it is not RNG reliant, or you can get special books. It's kind of like how getting books, but it's like getting templates as well. So the modifier template is made with eight seared bricks, and then one diamond. So first, using the crafting table here, we're able to make a modifier template, and that is how you do it. That is just one modifier template. It is empty though, so you will then have to transform it into the modifiers you need. Let's just go here. It goes about crafting the modifiers. It shows you that you could do it in the crafting table. We saw that just a second ago. And these are the different modifiers. And then we have to actually add the modifiers. So how you add the modifiers is you will take a tool from here, and then you make the modifier. You'll make the modifier work table, and that is simply by using 3 seared bricks and 4 pieces of cobblestone or andesite. Any type of stone will be able to work with that to make the modification table, and you simply place your tool on it by right clicking. You're able to then pick it right back up. So of course we'll break that down here in just a second. Right now we're going to go over the modifications because there are a lot of modifications. So we will begin in how it begins. It begins in alphabetical order. Look, so we have Bane. Bane is Bane of Arthropods. So a lot of these are quite self-explanatory. They are just enchantments. They are the same as enchantments, but of course they are called slightly different things for the modifications. But again, a lot of these are just the same as enchantments from the enchantment table. Bright is our first like custom thing. It pretty much it allows you to be able to equip a torch to your tool. You're able to see in the dark without having to use a torch. Electrify allows you to have a chance to summon lightning when hitting mobs. Can only be used on swords. Explosive gives the ability to mine a 3x3 area. Lucky is looting and slash fortune. So you put it on your pickaxe, you'll get, fortune. If you put it on your sword, you'll get lucky. It cannot be used with silk touch. Uh, Push adds knockback, and of course can only be used on weapons such as daggers, swords, and cleavers. Rapid is haste. It cannot be used on throwables. There are throwables or extra gadgets and stuff. In fact, we'll take a sneak little peek at next episode. There are throwable objects. You cannot use those on the bench here, so they will not work on those. So reinforce is unbreaking. Again, cannot be used in throwables. Sharp is sharpness. Silky is silk touch. Smitey is smite. Soaked gives the player water breathing. Sponge it works as a sponge. Starstruck is another custom one. We went over a few custom ones, but Starstruck is a custom one, and it has a 5% chance to drop another star when defeating hostile mobs. So don't use some daggers, swords, or cleavers. So you can only attack hostile mobs, such as creeper, zombie, stuff like that, and you get a chance to get another star. Steel, when a player attacks mobs, they get regeneration. Uh, Tough gives the player resistance effects when equipped. And Ultimine adds the ability to top trees by breaking just the one log. It will also work on ores. It will instantly mine all the ores as soon as you hit the ore. So we're going to go over how you make all these. So here in the crafting table, you're able to make all of them. So this is your empty modifier. This is how you remove. So if you want to add new modifiers and take some off, because you can only have 3 modifiers on one tool. So and Tinker's Construct Bedrock Edition does not have paper. Paper in Java Edition it has very terrible durability and stats, but it allows you to put more modifications on your tools, so you can have worse durability, but you can have more modifications to make up for it. This does not have that. It is only the 3 modifications you are allowed to have per one. So going over tough is used in armadillo scoots. Ultimine is you use emeralds. Of course, it does not help that the thing blocks it. So emeralds, uh for bright, you need glowstone. For lucky, you need lapis. Electrifying, you'll need copper ingots and lightning rods. For steel, you'll need necrobones. So necrobones are these things right here, necrotic bones, and they are needed they drop from wither skeletons. So using wither skeletons, you just kill wither skeletons. Starstruck, you need a bunch of nether stars, so you'll have to kill the wither a lot. But fortunately, there's plenty of tools to help you get wither skulls faster. Reinforced, you'll need obsidian. Uh, Pushed, you'll need redstone and pistons. Sponge, you'll need prismarine shards and those crystals. I mean, it won't let me look, so it's gonna be. So I'm assuming those are prismarine crystals and prismarine shards. Sharpness, you need quartz. Rapid, you'll need redstone. Smitey, you'll need the silk paper, and then the rotting flesh. Soaked, Smitey, soaked, you'll need turtle scoots. Silky, you'll need the silk touch crystals. Bane, you'll need fermented spider eyes and spider eyes. And explosive, you'll need TNT and gunpowder. And of course, we can go over some of the. So over here, some of those extra things are silky cloth and then silky jewels, and this is how you get certain things such as silk touch. Going down here, so how you make the silky cloth is by using string and gold, and then you turn that in with an emerald to get the silky jewels. So that's how you get silk touch. So I only made some of them because I want to go over some. A lot of them are quite obvious to quite understand, but some of them are not. So I do want to go over them, and we're going to start off by using. So I grabbed each tool here, one that should be enough, and I did grab an extra pickaxe just in case. So I do want to use some of them. I see which one. So as it says here, if you click explosive, you cannot use ultimine. And if you click something with soaked, you can't use sponge or bright. If you put bright, you cannot use soaked or sponged. And if you put sponge, you cannot use soaked or bright. So I do have 3 different tools, hopefully each one that can use the different effects, and a weapon to use the lightning. So we're going to start just using the diamond pickaxe, and we're going to put explosive and soaked on it. I'm going to put the andesite pickaxe. We're going to use ultimine and bright, and then the axe can get sponged and ultimine. So we'll go over how ultimine works, and then for the sword, I did want to grab electrifying, and I just picked a random sword. I didn't really go with anything into particular, but stuff with Tinker's Construct is you can use the tool's abilities on top of using the tool, and certain tools I did pick for that exact reason. So diamond pickaxe I equipped was explosive, and to show you what diamond pickaxe was iron, it was the magnetic ability, and a diamond iron axe with the magnet ability was Ultimine to show you the effects of Ultimine there. So, I'm gonna start with the. Okay, let's see which one does. So this one gives you water breathing. So what the Soaked does, as I said, it gives the player water breathing. So I'm able to step into this water and I'm able to chill down here. I'm able to swim and spin and jump around. So, also on this pickaxe, it has the explosive. So if you've noticed something, there are two tools missing from this version of Tinker's Construct. The Java edition has the fire axe and the hammer. The hammer would mine blocks in a 3x3 area, and the fire axe would chop down trees in one hit. So instead of including those tools, they included them as modifications. Why? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't quite personally understand. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works. So, and by simply right-clicking, bam, I'm able to mine this 3x3 area. And of course, with the magnetic pickaxe, it does allow me to draw those resources to me. And then the andesite pickaxe was bright. I see it's dark in here. I can't see. And then bam, bright. So now I am now able to see. I'm able to see in the darkness. And of course, you'll still probably have to waste torches for mob spawns, but you yourself will not need torches. And of course, now we're going to go over Ultimine real quick. Ultimine is, as I said, on an axe. Bam. You see that big old jungle tree? The jungle tree is now gone. And of course, we do have sponge on here. It does take a lot of durability, though, when you do use it. So if you want Ultimine, you could probably mix it up with some higher tier tools, such as maybe diamonds and bronze, which those give higher tiers of durability. And with the sponge ability, just getting near water completely deletes it, and then it does not take any durability on your tools. And then Ultimine on a pickaxe, as we have it here on the underside, will just completely mine out the um mine out all in one go. So you can use a combination of the explosive with the Ultimine, so that way you're able to get the effects of both and get a bunch of diamonds or resources all at once. So if you see a vein of ores, you can only click it on once, but then you can use the explosive for general mining. And of course, those are the ones I kind of do want to cover. Of course, we do have some other ones to cover. Of course, those aren't all the unique ones. I just felt like going over these ones in particular to way to help kind of explain what they do. And then we got some cows here, so I'm gonna see if we can get the lightning ability. But I mean, it is just complete RNG when you do get it. I can crouch. Uh, at some point, I would hopefully get the Ow! I am on fire. Hopefully, at some point. So at some point, you would get the lightning ability. It is just kind of RNG. And well, not fully covering bows because bows are quite something a little bit different. I do want to show that you can place them on the table, but their textures are not visible. And I'm gonna see. Oh, okay. So yeah, bows do not work with certain modifiers. I'm assuming it is certain modifiers. The modifier book doesn't quite make it clear of which modifiers can go on bows because it shows you how to do it, how you make certain modifiers, and that's it. So, when it comes to modifying bows, I'm actually quite not sure which. Um, sure, but you can right click it, you can get it back, and then fire even though I have no arrows to be able to do that. So that is just going to be for modifications for this episode. I just wanted to go over the basics of modifications. A lot of them are very straightforward. They're the same as enchantments, but you cannot put Tinker's Construct tools in the enchantment table, as I'll show you. So I can put this in here and nothing is happening, not one bit. So, and then we're going to just go ahead and take this wooden bow, something that, it's not modified, in here. And oh, wait, can you, but could, so do bows work? Wait, but Tinker's Construct tools are not supposed to. Okay, so it looks like Tinker's Construct bow. So bows are just different. They're different from the rest of the tools. But if we go into creative real quick, I can grab another, just a plain Tinker's Construct tool. That way it is not modified and not in modified. So that way we can see. So we'll just grab this pickaxe here, open up, and we're gonna throw it in there and see nothing. You cannot use normal tools and weapons on there, and they will have nothing. You will not be able to use it. So you have to use modifications, which cost diamonds. So, but of course, diamonds with your smeltery. Of course, once you do this, and after your smeltery, so don't get modifications yet until you get your smeltery, because if you remember, you're able to double your diamonds with one diamond. So as soon as you get 2 diamonds, what I would recommend is make a diamond cast and then put them in here and start making a bunch of diamonds and start trying to work towards modifications for your tools. But that's going to be it for today for this part right here, talking about the modifications. Thank you all for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, and wait a minute, what's that? The little sign. Oh, there's a sign here. Oh, what is this? Thank you for watching. Thank you, Mr. Sign. I didn't see you there. I'll have to forgive me for my insolence. Um, yeah, as the sign said, thank you for watching. If you made it to this part of the video, it does mean a lot. If you have any comments or suggestions for, improving this or any other tips or add-ons, that will greatly be appreciated for me, and of course, hopefully other people who need something like this to help explain the Bedrock version of Tinker's Construct. So, as the sign said, thank you for watching.